Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Four Harms. Captain Richie here and we are here once again on the VintageCraft server. So as you can see here, I pretty much almost finished this little nether portal room of mine. It's just a few things. Sure, I filled that in. Uh, anyway, we're not going to work on this today. What we are going to work on is we need to get some ice. So ice and stone is going to be the main ingredients for these pathways, these highways here to um, other parts within the nether, so I need to start farming ice. I mean, I've got a bit of an idea, so let's go check that out. I've put up these barriers again, and yeah, finish this side. This entrance anyway, it's almost done, so it just needs a bit of glass, a bit more wood, and then we're there. So, yeah, so we go back into Little Bansker over here. I've got a bit of an idea with ice, and so I need to get some pistons and that sort of thing. That's what I'm going to try and use. But I'll get to that in just a second. Right, okay, this seems to be my little redstone contraption that I've managed to, not invent. I sort of copied it from various ideas that I've seen on YouTube and that sort of thing. But this is essentially what it does. So the ice will form here beneath this block. The block's not there, it's just a placeholder. And then a pulse, some kind of timer which I haven't worked out yet. We'll push on this, and then that will get shuffled along. And if this keeps them going, let's put that one in there. And these pistons will eventually push these. This is going to be my ice blocks, and this will be into a room. This room, in fact. So I've done a little bit of a room here, and I'll probably have the water and ice system outside with all this hidden, and then it'll push it in, probably through a block in here. And eventually it's going to fill up a room, so it'll be easy for us to smash and grab. But I just want to try and make things a little bit more compact, just so it makes it a little bit easier to design outside. I don't want like redstone everywhere, and yeah, I don't want it overly excessive. So, so I'm just going to leave this set up for the moment and show you where I want it. So this is my little room, as I showed before. It's snowing outside. Trying to make it a little bit pretty. It's basically on this corner here, just by the dock, and that contraption outside will be out here somewhere. But I'm going to try and make it look pretty in that, so it looks like basically like a little water source, which then gets the ice taken in, and so basically, so there's no pistons or redstone and that sort of thing on show, and that's what I'm going to work on now. So I'll show you when that is done. Right, I think we're in the place where we can actually give us a test. So this is the upstairs part here. Let's say there's an infinite water source under this block here and under this block here, and they've created this block here. These are just here for sort of placeholder at the moment. So if we go back in here, you'll see I've cleared out a fair bit of space inside here. It's a bit messy still, but yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. And this is how I managed to compact the system. So yeah, so that piston there will bring down the ice, and then this one here will push it along. Got a bit of a line here, so hopefully this works. So when we're going to have a pulse come from a clock somewhere, it's going to click on this line here essentially, and it's going to set off this repeater, which this redstone torch, which will then set this repeater off and set up that mechanism. And then that many ticks later, 16 ticks? I don't know, I can't really tell. 16 ticks later, it's going to use the other piston. So let's give that a try and see if it does anything. Yeah, and it pushes those along a little bit, so that's sticking out there. Next one, that's another thing I've explained earlier. The pistons at the top here will push them all down, so we're basically going to get, if I come up this way, essentially we're going to get it's going to be 8 deep, 6 wide, and 4 tall, 3 or 4 tall in there, and that will basically be a block of ice which you just take your pick through and just charge through it and break it all down. So yeah, that is the plan. A clock. I've got the design here for a hopper clock, so we're going to probably put it in this gap here in the middle. Let's just rearrange our inventory a little bit so we can get to everything. Don't need all that. So sticky piston, redstone blocks, and this. What we're going to use this there? We'll use the dark oak, might as well, as it's the theme of the afternoon. Comparator. I don't think we need any repeaters, but we'll have a look at that in a second. So let's put down this block here. That's going to be the power source of, well, the redstone source. That's going to alternate back and forth between those two there. And I think we put a bit of redstone dust there, a bit of redstone dust there. Our block of choice will be this one and this one. Redstone, we'll do redstone in a second. Let's just, for a moment, put that one down. So we want a hopper facing into that block, that one there, and then we're going to have a hopper facing back into it. So basically, they're going to transfer between the pair of them back and forth. And the redstone comparator here will take a signal from each of them. And I think that's it. So let's put in a stack of stone bricks for now. There we go. So that's extended that piston there. And what that's going to do is it's going to slowly work through this stack of stone bricks here. Basically, that hopper here is transferring into this hopper as this one's going up. But this one's not sending it down back into that one because the redstone block is here. And that's basically locked this hopper from doing anything. So almost there, and they should swap. Yay, there we go. And now that one's locked, and so we won't send anything out, but this one will send stuff back. So this basically, sends items back and forth, but we get to have basically a toggle. I'll have to work out the logistics, really, of how much time I want. It might be a case of putting all these in here. 4 stacks of 64. I'm not too sure what the timings are, but we'll work that out a bit later on. And so we've basically got to choose a side. That will have a line coming down, so we can probably do it here actually. Let's dig down this way. Dig down. Hopefully we don't catch anything on the way. How far down do we need to go? I don't want to end up building a bloody tunnel or anything down here. Let's go around the side. Yeah, that one can stay there, and these can go down there. Does that turn on? Let's take these out just for time being. And that line should come on, which will be... Oh, they're too far to fall. Is it here? Where else do we come out? I think it might be one block over, wasn't it? Let's dig this way a little bit, see if we can find our hole. Not quite yet. This is embarrassing. I haven't worked out the directions yet. Come on. This is what I do. When I have 2 tunnels that I need to marry up, that's what I do. I dig a little bit one side, and then... Hello. Still getting used to that offhand malarkey. Is this too far down? Ooh. Not too far. Actually, it marries up with this quite nicely, but that's probably not where I want it to be. I quite like things organised and central, even though it's going to be redstone that's hidden away. But I do like to have it a little bit organised. But we'll come back to that in a little bit. Right, so it looks like we've got one bit of this complete. As you can see here, the ice blocks are slowly sort of moving into this space here. Just a 1 by 1 so far, but I just want to make sure... Oh, there we go. So the first stage is these pistons at the top here, push them down, as you can see there. And then if there's an ice block ready, it'll get pushed along and out of this top line here. So yeah, I mean, with this design here, it's a little bit tileable, which is very useful. So I can basically copy this exact layout 7 more times, so it's across here, and sort out the water sources above there, and then we got 8 going at once rather than just the 1. I put these furnaces here just for the moment. Well, I say for the moment, I'm probably going to leave them there because they're what we call unmovable blocks. So I believe pistons can move 12. So when these pistons at the top here try pushing the ice down, beforehand without the furnace here, these were getting pushed into the floor and breaking the redstone. We don't want that, so furnaces are cheap. We can use obsidian, but yeah, I'd rather... I've got an absolute ton of cobble, so might as well use the furnaces here, right? Yeah, so there'll be 8 of those work along there. There's a line of redstone all the way back here. Repeater just to extend the signal, because otherwise it wouldn't quite reach. Up here is our room we worked on a little bit earlier with the hopper clock. So at the moment, I've got a stack and a half of items going back and forth. I also had to add something. I think it's, I don't know, I think it's called a monostable circuit or a pulse shortener or something like that. Essentially, with this going back and forth, it'd be either on or off. So it would mess up the design downstairs a little bit. So we've added this piston. So when this gets a signal, piston extends. I think the piston takes 1.5 ticks to extend. So it still lets the signal go through the block into this repeater and then down into the circuitry before the block's taken away. That way it creates a really short pulse. Yeah, it's a pulse shortener, definitely. So it's basically not on and off. It turns on, but then does a little quick pulse and then sets everything off downstairs. Yeah, so the first thing that it sets off up here is this line up here. And this basically is what powers our pistons in the roof. If this is going to happen anytime soon, which it might not do. But yeah, essentially when that goes through, these pistons push down blocks at the top, and then the rest of the circuitry goes downstairs and does the rest of the stuff that we just showed you down there. Hopefully that should have been enough waffling for it to go. Yep, they all get triggered, pistons go down, and yeah, the cycle continues. Decided to add this door up here, just so I can get upstairs easily, and as you can see there's the block of water that turns into ice, and all the magic happens. So there's the piston that brings it all down. You can probably just about see, oh no, there's a block behind, isn't there? The one that pushes it across. So yeah, just need to basically repeat that circuit downstairs and make it all the way through. So I've got basically a lot more ice to work through. A little bit of aesthetics outside. There's a window here, so you can see the ice getting formed. You know, if you want to sort of hang around outside here, you know, chill out and be like, yeah, cool, let's check out the ice getting made. Just makes everything look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, shall we say, just like these flowers and stupid doors and these multi-levels and these flowers and all that rubbish. Yeah, so this will basically work along. You'll get your silk touch pick, go boosh. You should basically, I keep saying basically a lot, I don't know why I keep saying that. You should have a better than efficiency 2 silk touch pick here, so I'll probably get one, I don't know, leaving this chest over here. I think there's just crap in there at the moment. Then you'll be able to just sort of fly through and break it all. I will surround it in wood, as you can see here, just so the pickaxe doesn't break anything by accident. The only problem I have really is lighting. We're just going to probably have to deal with it. Essentially, if anything spawns in here, it will get crushed by the ice anyway, but I'm still working around that. So if you've got any ideas, then leave in the comments below. But I think that's probably going to do us for this episode right now. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, then please leave us a like. Subscribe for more videos, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.